Are we in heaven? Is this what heaven looks like? Because it's about as poorly textured as everything else in this game. Well, last time on Final Fantasy III, we rammed our airship straight into a rock and, unsurprisingly, we exploded. Miraculously, we managed to survive the explosion, and when I say we, I mean we the people, not we the airship. Oh, you better believe that the airship was totaled in that blast, and now we gotta make it the rest of the way to the town on foot. We definitely want to drop Cid off before he gets any more bad ideas. Thankfully though, the town is right here, so won't take you any time at all to get to. And remember when I said that Cid wouldn't be sticking around long? Well, I meant it. He's leaving now. He got one random battle on the world map, which he didn't even participate in. I would have kept that in if he had, but yeah, he's leaving now. But we're not done with him just yet. We have to go to this King Argus guy to get an essential piece for Cid to build another airship, because he's going to be kind enough to make us another one. I mean, he really should after nearly killing us, but for the time being, we're going to have to go see King Argus ourselves. I mean, I don't know who he is or where he is, but it probably won't take too long to find him. Probably just like a few hours, maybe a day tops. Though, before we get around to that, we should just explore the town, you know. Talk to the people, see what we can see, that sort of thing. And before we even get to that, we should send a letter to Taka, who is Ayla's foster father. 'Cause I mean, I'm sure he'd appreciate a letter, right? I think his name only comes up like once or twice before this. It's probably Cid who says it, but either way I don't usually remember his name. But I think that's a good enough letter to send to him. I think he'll appreciate it. Well, that'll certainly take a while. I mean, you get responses immediately, but I'm just going to say it takes a while just so I don't have to do a whole bunch of Mognet stuff per episode. Gotta spread it out so it fits most of the game, you know? Alright, this item shop has a bunch of mithril weapons, and a great bow and iron arrows, which are not made of mithril as far as I know. Mithril weapons are slightly better than your default stuff, but it's really not a huge leap in quality. You've gotten a few better items here and there from dungeons like that White Slayer we got a little while back, so you might want to take them along if you're a little low on equipment, because, you know, we haven't gotten that much equipment just yet, but still, though, it's not huge. Yep, you sure did prance. I have to admit, I never quite got those dancer scenes. I mean, even in the early days of that, what would they even do? Just, like, spin the sprites around? It's not that impressive, even by older standards. Or at least I assume. It wouldn't seem like it, but anyway, magic shop here. Cure, Thunder, Poison, and Blind. The first three I would recommend. Blinds, as per usual, its success rate isn't huge. So, I wouldn't bother with it unless you have a Black Mage. These are the only black magic spells here, so you don't really need to bother making a choice or anything like that. Just, if you're using a Black Mage, get all three. Of course, Cure we've gotten before, so it's not like I have to buy another one of that. Especially since Dante's the only mage at the moment. Right, here at the waterways we can go down here, and, oh, this isn't the spot, but, over here there's a waterfall that we can just casually walk down. I mean, you'd think you'd at least slip and fall on that thing. And over here you definitely want to pick up this treasure because it's an elixir. I'd tell you to treasure these because they are very valuable. There is nowhere in the game to buy elixirs, and for those of you who don't know what an elixir is, it restores the HP and MP of one character. And in a game like Final Fantasy III, that's very important. The problem is, we need to use an elixir right here. Well, I guess you don't need to use the elixir, but I'd prefer to use the elixir because this right here is Cid's house, and if we go and talk to Cid, well, first I guess we'll just, investigate this stuff. Nothing here. Hey Cid, how's it going? Unfortunately, Cid's wife has fallen ill, and the cure is elixir. be careful because, of course, the elixir isn't a key item, so you might use it yourself, and you really shouldn't do that. Congratulations, you just cured a character who doesn't actually have a name. She's just Mrs. Cid. Technically speaking, she should be Mrs. Hayes, because the Cid in this game is named Cid Hayes. That's his last name. He's not a Highwind, but yeah, that is kind of weird. Mrs. Cid. Seriously, who's referred to as their husband's first name? Ah, well, whatever. For that, we will get a pretty nice reward. Let's just tap this here old lantern. Don't know why he has a secret passage in his own house. Well, of course there are items down here in this hangar. But still, I don't know, I can't really see anybody coming down here to steal this stuff. Anyway though, not like it's gonna even be needed anymore because I'm taking it. We get a potion, and a great bow. It's good if you're a bow user, and an iron arrow. More than one, of course. Blind, which is why you shouldn't buy that spell, by the way. Another reason, anyway. Gold needle, that cures petrification. Very good. Gnomish bread. And gnomish bread. I believe gnomish bread is an item that allows you to see a map of the area, if I'm correct. And there's also a secret passage over here with 4 more items. 2,000 gil, appreciated. Alright, anything other than gil, I've actually forgotten. Oh, Phoenix Down, always valuable. And, alright, 2 Phoenix Downs, that's very nice. Because again, you want to treasure those Phoenix Downs. Treasure them like they were your own child. Don't be that dramatic about it. You probably shouldn't be that dramatic about it, video game item. Either way, though, Phoenix Downs are good. Of course, I don't plan to be dropping any characters too often, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about it, because then I'll just load a game if I end up dying horribly or something like that. But hey, they might come in useful at some point. You never know when Final Fantasy III is out for blood. Right, mithril equipment, of course. By the way, you can see the actual rating of your current armor on the sides of those. On the previous video, I showed off the fact that on the top screen you see what characters can equip things. If they wave at you and they're highlighted, then they can equip it, but it doesn't tell you if there's an actual rise in quality. You have to look at that yourself, because the numbers at the bottom, or the number of the item you're looking at is at the bottom, and the actual value of the stuff you're wearing is at the side, so I mean, it's not a huge thing, but it would be nice to just see if it's a better or worse piece of equipment. Alright, item shop we have... Oh, does this place have gnomish bread? No, it doesn't, so I can't actually see what it does. Anyway, you should probably buy some gold needles, just gonna say that. They might come in useful. Echo herbs remove silence. Silence prevents you from using magic. So that's only hazardous to 2 characters in our party. The other 2, they just shrug it off and keep on moving. Now, there's one last important house here in Canaan. So for some reason, these 2 characters have names, but they're not really all that important. You know how teenagers are, right? Laugh track. Oh, Mallet cures Mini. Mini makes it so that your strength is, well, basically nothing. Magic's still effective. And keep in mind the effects of Mini, because Mini is actually a very important status in this game. I don't like that it's an important status, but it's not like I can change that or anything. But let's just talk to this kid. These are some very specific murmurs. I've got to exposit to people who might be standing over me. Could be important. Well, this is our hint that we need to go to this Dragon's Peak area. I mean, sure, this girl said there might be a dragon there, but really, she's probably just delirious or something, I don't know. Well, we don't really have any other leads, though. We don't even know where to begin looking for this King Argus fellow, so up the Dragon's Peak it is. Dragon's Peak can be fairly dangerous, though admittedly, I do like this place. It's the first good-looking dungeon, because, man, I do so love this tile set. It's a pretty good-looking one. On the other hand, we have some enemies that can be, fairly troublesome. These guys are Rooks. Okay, thank goodness. Oh, wait. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, so, they can petrify your characters with their attack. And as I said before, actually, I don't think I mentioned petrification just yet. I did mention that gold needles would be helpful for curing petrification. However, petrification is basically death. Not exactly, but it completely immobilizes a character. They'll keep their health, and they'll basically be invincible, but other than that, they're more or less dead. I'm just waiting to see when it happens, because knowing my luck, it probably will. I'm just waiting for it. Oh yeah, and by the way, they're weak to wind. And we don't have an arrow spell with us as far as I know. Oh, there we go. I always get nervous when I see the character freeze up. Knew that would happen eventually, though. Yeah, Dante got petrified. Right, so we definitely want to kill one of them. You don't want to end the battle, though, because if a character's petrified at the end of the battle, they won't stop being petrified. And they won't get any experience, and they will continue being petrified on the field. And I get nervous every time they attack. Supposedly their chance to petrify is low, but I don't trust that, to be honest. I really don't trust that. And that takes care of that. One last weighty punch and it's over. And thank goodness. Like I said, arrow spell will be very good. I mean, rule of thumb, if the enemy's in the air, arrow will take care of them. Arrow is good spell against flying enemies. It's also white magic, oddly enough. And Phoenix down. Not exactly helpful here unless you get out and out killed, but petrification is what you have to worry about here, so if you're having trouble... Ooh, arrow, perfect! As I was saying, if you're having trouble, then buy more gold needles, basically. But anyway, this is where you find arrow, and perfect timing as well. I didn't need blind anyway. Right, so, now that we have arrow, we have a decent chance against enemies. There is one major problem, though. Since it's white magic and it goes to Dante, Dante doesn't exactly have the most MP of the group. I mean, later on, it's not terrible, but in comparison to black and white mages, he doesn't have nearly as much, so that can be kind of troublesome. But anyway, here we have the Firefly enemies. They, of course, given the name... Oh, wow. They are definitely weak to ice, as you can see there, but since they are in the air, they're also weak to arrow. I don't think they actually... Actually, they know fire, but not much else. I don't think they have any sort of, basic attack ability like the other guys did. Alright, so this guy right here is a Rust Bird. Ooh boy, we're gonna see why this guy can be annoying. I mean, first of all, he of course is only weak to wind, doesn't have any other sort of weakness. Like, see, ice right there. Oh, well, I guess he just has, some low, what do you call it, resistance in general. But yeah, that was fairly easy. He's got 135 HP, so that explains it. But he also knows the ability Glare, and that inflicts confuse on party members, and that is not good. Oh, what is it now? Oh, hi! How's it going? You're a giant dragon. You're just gonna stay there, right? You're... Oh, crap. Huh. Well, that went better than I thought it would. Oh no! It's gonna feed us to its dragon babies. It's very, very angry dragon babies. Hey pal, what are you doing here? Oh yeah, I am a dumbass, aren't I? Oh, this is that desk guy, or desk, whatever. This is the dude we heard about, but, don't really have much time to make our acquaintances, cause, Dragon's back. Yeah, good idea. Truth be told, I don't think I was. It's a pretty big dragon, pretty fierce looking dragon. And as the game ever so blatantly told us, run away, cause this is Bahamut. You know, Bahamut, King of Dragons, 34,000 HP, 90 attack, 37 defense. Oh, well, William's dead. Bye! Have fun, William. Have fun being fed to dragon babies. Doesn't really sound... Why did we run back into its nest? I'm glad we got out of that and back at the dragon's nest where it lives. Yeah, first impressions mean a lot, and you haven't really made a good first impression. Because first off, you look like a dork. Second off, really? You're gonna make fun of me for being caught by the gigantic fucking dragon? Ah well, maybe we'll like Desh more later on. Then again, maybe we won't. Who knows? We should probably leave before the dragon comes back. I don't think receiving the spell mini is really cause for celebration, but, well, whatever. So, we're going to be ending off this part of Final Fantasy III by jumping off this nest, but I'd just like to mention, Desmume doesn't actually stop the timer. Like, it works off your, computer's clock. So... if you happen to save states and end a video, edit, sleep, then come back to a game, and then load the state so you can continue on directly where you left off, doesn't think that it's been frozen for all that time. It actually thinks that it's been running all that time. I just want to mention that because, it thinks I've been playing for 53 hours. So, yeah, next time on Final Fantasy III, we won't take that long to actually do anything.